Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 6 a.m. on WKYT, a Lexington road is shut down while police are trying to herd up some loose cows. It's been an early morning crash out there, and it's quite a scene, like Wild West.
City leaders plan to handle 80,000 people in town for this weekend's Garth Brooks concerts. We'll tell you what their plan is.
And some tips on keeping your trick-or-treaters safe tonight. And did we mention weather? That's a big deal, too. Those stories and more. Breaking news as it happens. It's coming up on WKYT This Morning. Hey, top of the morning to you and welcome. It's so good to have you with us here on this Friday. It's October 31st. Frightful day in the weather, looks like. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Okay, I just have to say this because I would travel through snow, ice, whatever Mother Nature could throw at me to get some free Snickers.
Oh, okay.
Man, I'm living vicariously through these kids.
You might have that opportunity because we're going to have some tough weather. A lot going on this weekend, including big changes in weather, wind, rain, and yes, even maybe some snow. Could cause some troubles.
Who would have thunk it? Meteorologist Micah Harris tracking the threat on this first alert severe weather day.
Rebecca, I'm 100% with you. Look, I put out Snickers and things every year about a week before just to get ready, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I get to trick-or-treating, I got to go back to the store and get some more.
Yes.
You won't buy it every time, you just got to grab one. That's the way it goes, so I'm with you on that. There's the rain outside, it's widespread. It's making the roadways a little bit iffy, and what I mean by that is not really so much slick in terms of ice or anything. It's not like that, but just running through some rain like you typically do. There you are in 30s and 40s. And then as we go through time, let's take you off into the afternoon. There is 7 p.m. That's right in the middle, the heart of trick-or-treating, and you can still see no snow picking up. So when does it actually come and how much are we expecting? I'll show you after this going off into the night and into tomorrow because I think you'll be surprised at some of these accumulations that's showing up on this particular model. That comes up in about 10 minutes.
Micah, we'll see you then. And there's a lot going on here at WKYT News. We'll start this hour with a huge traffic impact this morning. Part of Newtown Pike is shut down right now after an early morning crash.
This happened just after 2 o'clock this morning when police say a UPS semi crashed into the back of a cattle truck. Several cows are still on the loose. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is live this morning with this traffic alert. Good morning, Whitney.
Good morning, everyone. You can see this entire stretch of road is shut down right now. Right now, crews are they've been working to get the cattle that is still stuck inside of this trailer out and onto a different trailer so they can get them all out of here. Just before 2 o'clock this morning, police tell us a UPS semi rear-ended a cattle truck near Nandino Boulevard in Newtown Pike. One person in the UPS truck was taken to the hospital with only minor injuries. Some of the cows got loose, but others were stuck inside of this trailer. At this point, I do believe that crews have rounded up all of the cattle that got loose. Police say 2 cows did have to be put down because of their injuries. We're told these cows were just sold and were being taken to Bowling Green. There is a veterinarian on scene here checking out the rest of the cattle, looking to see if they have any other injuries. Once crews are finished transferring the rest of these cows onto a new trailer, they'll still have to work to clean up the actual wreckage from this crash. So needless to say, this stretch of road will be shut down for quite a while still. This accident happened inbound on Newtown, but officers have both sides of Newtown shut down from Citation to New Circle. Officers estimate it will be a few more hours before this entire stretch of road is reopened. We're live in Lexington. Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Whitney. Quite a mess out
It really
there.
is. I mean, literally like a Wild West scene out there this morning, plus the rain and other issues.
Now on to another traffic impact. 80,000 people expected to see Garth Brooks in concert this weekend.
He had 4 different events going on. He's doing 2 shows at Rupp Arena tonight and 2 shows again tomorrow night. That's creating some unique traffic circumstances and challenges in and around the downtown Lexington area. WKYT's Mark Barber is live at Rupp Arena with a major traffic alert and some advice. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Garth Brooks' 4 big shows are expected to bring tens of thousands of people downtown. And along with the big crowds, city leaders are also expecting major traffic and parking issues. So where do you park if you are coming to a concert? If you're going to the 6:30 shows on Friday or Saturday, the Lexington Center is encouraging you to park at the High Street and Manchester Street lots near Rupp Arena. And if you're going to the 10:30 shows, you are asked to park in an auxiliary lot at Old Frankfort and New Circle Road, where a shuttle will bring you to Rupp Arena. Now, city leaders are saying that these concerts could present more traffic trouble than basketball games or other downtown events because there's only a 2-hour window between shows.
But it's really unusual, especially on Friday, when you have two concerts back to back. It's Halloween. Halloween's become one of the biggest party nights. So you take all three of those events, put them together, and we really need people to pay attention.
Now, city leaders are asking people who work downtown to leave the area by 5 o'clock this evening. And they are encouraging people who plan to come to one of these concerts to plan ahead and leave extra time in their travel plans to get here. Live in downtown Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. And new this morning, another employee at Northern Kentucky University is accused of stealing money from the school. The Kentucky Enquirer is reporting that Jennifer Hilvert has been fired. She was the dance team coach and the assistant director of NKU's recreation department. According to the paper, Hilvert allegedly used a school procurement card to buy nearly $7,000 in airline tickets for her personal use. About a year ago, NKU's former athletic director, Scott Eaton, pleaded guilty to embezzling more than $300,000 from the school.
Investigators are still working to try and identify some human remains that were found in a Lexington field. They spent much of yesterday on that field off of Citation Boulevard. The coroner says the investigators found more remains belonging to what they believe is the same person. He says they appear to belong to a man. They may have been in the field for as long as 9 months. The remains have been taken to the state medical examiner's office. Well, the latest WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass poll shows Republican Senator Mitch McConnell's lead. It's widening over Democrat Allison Lundergan Grimes.
Heading into the last weekend of the campaign, the Bluegrass poll found 48% plan to cast their ballots for McConnell. It's 43% for Grimes. Throughout the race, McConnell's challenge has been his favorability. With just a few days until the election, only 37% polled have a favorable impression of the senator. For Grimes, she ends almost identical to McConnell, but it's her worst showing to date. 43% see her unfavorably. For more about the poll conducted for WKYT, the Herald Leader, and our two partners in Louisville, you can go over to WKYT.com. Well, it is Halloween, and that means thousands of kids will be pounding the pavement across Kentucky tonight.
And with all these extra people in town for the Garth Brooks concert this weekend and not so perfect weather conditions, there are some important safety tips to remember. The Safe Kids Fayette County organization says that twice as many children actually are killed while walking on Halloween than any other day of the year. Experts say to make sure your little ones can be seen by drivers.
We would try to encourage parents to seek out for their kids is something light or reflective. But of course, if a kid wants to be a Darth Vader or, a witch or something, that's okay too. Just, have these glow sticks or flashlight.
Some very helpful information there. And Lexington trick-or-treating is from 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. We have a list of dates and times for other cities on our website, WKYT.com.
A handful of towns will actually delay until tomorrow on that, but most of them will be out there this evening in those early evening hours.
Right, and let's check to see how traffic is moving this morning.
8 minutes after 6, and let's go out to Officer Don with live drive traffic. Obviously, we're watching that situation on Nandino and Citation this morning.
Yes, we are, and that's going to impact us on Newtown Pike coming in from the interstate. Also, Georgetown Road going to be slow approaching Citation as well as folks are trying to detour around that. Still in the cleanup phases of that collision involving the UPS truck and the cattle truck. Hopefully they'll get that cleared up, but it's probably going to be a while. You have the wet roads there and quite a situation there on the north side of town. Now, let's get a look outside. We'll show you the interstate I-75 and I-64. We're okay on the northern split. Now, obviously, the exit ramp there at Newtown Pike could be impacted because of the situation they're dealing with in Nandino and Citation area. Don't forget about that if you're taking the exit ramp off the interstate this morning onto Newtown. On our Waze map, we can see the heavy traffic in that area right now, especially on Georgetown Road. But other than that, if we look at the south side, no significant issues to deal with. Just expect issues on the circle, and as we said, in that area as they continue to clean up that wreck. Now back to you in the studio. All
right, Don, I guess you and Deanne get to hang out with Garth backstage a little bit over the weekend?
Well, we hope so. Garth had that restraining order on Deanne that I think he got a couple weeks ahead of time, so I think she's like 100 feet from him or something like that.
Well, it's understandable.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, it should be a good time.
All right. You all enjoy yourselves, and everybody enjoy tuning in to 98.1 The Bull, where they're having some good fun already this morning.
Oh, that's one word
it's
for
just
it,
pick,
isn't it?
pick, pick, you know, over there. All right, 6:10 right now on WKYT this morning. We have a lot more coming up. Finding a cheap place to live in New York City is very hard to come by.
But one couple taking a big step to make everything they own small.
Looking outside at the moment, we have some rain across the region. We do have some freeze watches, freeze warnings, winter weather advisories for the counties that really border the Virginia area. We got a lot going on. I'll break down that forecast with your snow in there coming up next.